Imagine being trapped in your city for nearly 3 years, surrounded by an enemy determined to starve you out. The Nazis laid siege to Leningrad in 1941, plunging the city of 2.5 million into a 900-day nightmare. 900 days. This wasn't just a military battle. For the citizens of Leningrad, it was a fight for survival against the most unimaginable horrors, such as constant airstrikes, rat infestations, starvation, which later led to cannibalism. And this is just to name a few. Now let's break down each of these horrific events in further detail. September 8, 1941, the siege and airstrikes begin. The relentless air raids of the Leningrad siege transformed daily life into a constant dance with death. The fear-inducing shrill wail of air raid sirens shattering any sense of normalcy, citizens became hyper-vigilant, their homes transformed into makeshift bomb shelters stocked with first aid kits, food, water, and essential supplies. Escape routes were meticulously planned, leading to designated public shelters or alternative exits in case of debris from the bombing. Constant blackouts plunged the city into darkness, demanding preparation with flashlights, candles, and battery-powered radios. Drills became a grim necessity. Families would rehearse taking cover, navigating escape routes, grabbing essential supplies, and means of communicating under very loud explosive noises. Despite the meticulous preparation, the reality was that escaping an attack often boiled down to sheer luck and timing. The air raids inflicted horrific physical and psychological damage, but the unwavering spirit of the Leningrad populace, the meticulous preparation, and a touch of luck helped them endure the unimaginable. September 1941 to March 1942, the first winter. The first winter arrived and temperatures plummeted to -40 degrees Celsius, turning Leningrad into a frozen wasteland. Homes became death traps, pipes burst, leaving residents with no running water, and precious fuel dwindled rapidly. Families resorted to burning furniture and personal belongings each night in homemade metal stoves just to stay warm for a few hours. Frostbite became a constant threat, first claiming limbs and then ultimately lives. The dead couldn't be buried due to the frozen ground, adding another layer of psychological torment to the already shattered cityscape. The first winter of the siege took a devastating toll, with nearly 500,000 people dying during this period alone. Rats. As the brutal winter settled in and temperatures plummeted, citizens huddled in apartments and bomb shelters, and with the lack of movement and reduced human activity, allowed rat populations to absolutely explode. The constant presence of rats became a source of immense stress. People slept with sticks or makeshift weapons for fear of nighttime attacks. As the siege went on and the population grew increasingly weak, rats became bold enough to attack the sick, living humans, especially children or the elderly. The sight of rats feasting on the dead would have been a common and disturbing occurrence, further demoralising the survivors. December 1941 to throughout. Starvation and cannibalism. Food supplies dwindled rapidly, daily rations becoming a meagre slice of bread, barely enough to keep someone alive, let alone healthy. The people grew weak, emaciated, desperate. Starvation has a severe impact on the human psyche, impacting cognitive function, emotional state, and behaviour. People will become obsessed with food, often dreaming, fantasizing, and talking about it constantly. And so, the household pets were the first to be eaten. Dogs, cats, even the cherished birds. It is even reported that people started venturing into Leningrad Zoo at night, turning it from a symbol of life to a grim hunting ground, killing the animals and escaping with their flesh, to the point where the police were forced to patrol the area during the night. If family pets and zoo animals isn't horrific enough, what happened next is truly a testament to the horrific effects of starvation. Cannibalism. The statistics paint an unimaginable picture. In December 1941, there were 26 documented cases of cannibalism. A week later, and this number skyrocketed to 366. In February of that year, authorities recorded a further 494 cases in just the first 2 weeks. 2 types of cannibalism occurred, the first being the eating of those already deceased, and the more horrifying, the second being the killing of people specifically for the purpose of eating them. Human flesh became a commodity. Some resorted to selling it on the black market to desperate survivors. Once the war was over, approximately 1,500 to 2,000 cases of cannibalism were reported during the siege. Some of the chilling stories to be reported from the siege included a mother who fed her dead 3-year-old child to her surviving daughter. There was a plumber whom killed his wife to feed his sons and nieces. A young woman was reportedly driven to madness by hunger and was caught with a sack containing the bodies of recently buried dead infants from the local cemetery. The grim discovery forced the authorities to assign a special police force to combat cannibalism, but they struggled to maintain order and prevent people from eating the dead or killing each other for flesh. Those caught engaging in cannibalism faced severe consequences, including immediate execution in some cases. The second winter and the city battling disease. By the second winter, the city's population has now been reduced from 2.5 million to around 750,000 due to evacuation and starvation. Those who remained were shadows of their former selves, their bodies and spirits broken by starvation and cold. The lack of proper sanitation and the presence of unburied corpses from the first winter created breeding grounds for disease-causing pathogens. The spring thaw likely exposed more corpses and waste that had been frozen during the winter, further compromising sanitation. The practice of cannibalism during the siege also likely contributed to the spread of diseases. Consuming human flesh, especially from those who died of disease, could have transmitted various pathogens. Also, with the psychological trauma of resorting to cannibalism, may have further weakened people's mental and physical resilience. And so with the combination of weakened immune systems, poor sanitation, and the potential spread of diseases through cannibalism creates ideal conditions for epidemics. Hospitals became overwhelmed, with doctors fighting a losing battle against several prominent epidemics within Leningrad. These epidemics included typhus, dysentery, and diphtheria. Estimates for the total death toll during the siege ranged from 600,000 to 2 million people. A significant portion of these deaths were likely caused by disease. The aftermath. The 900-day siege of Leningrad was a horrific event in human history. Millions perished, and the city bore the scars of war for years to come. However, it also stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The people of Leningrad endured unimaginable hardships and emerged battered but unbroken. Their story serves as a stark reminder of the cost of war and the power of hope in the face of overwhelming adversity.